Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. Thanks for being here. This is the Papa Joe Patreon or regular Papa Joe show, where Papa Joe knows. I'm your host, Papa Joe. Butchered that this morning. Good morning, everyone. How are we today? It has been a wonderful morning so far for me. We got Badass Accountant. Good morning, and yes, I am so thrilled you were able to grab something to eat. I'm about to eat something too. After when we're done with this. Good morning, Bitcoin country. How's it going? And good morning, Bitcoin management Jim. Good morning, good morning. Who else do we have here? We got Kim in the house. Good morning, good morning. And good morning, Divvy Daddy. As always, you guys are amazing popping in here like this. If you're watching this live, there's a live chat. Get in here, have some fun, talk with other people, very like-minded people. I know everyone in that chat. So if you want to pop in and have fun, let's have fun up. Hey, good morning, Litecoin Leader. Good morning. Got Litecoin Leader and Divvy Daddy in the house. Good morning, Crypto Sherpa. You guys are awesome. Thanks for jumping in here. See, I only see, well, that is weird. Let's decline that. I didn't even know that I had that connected to this computer. Sorry about that. Good morning, Rick. How's it going, my friend? Good morning, good morning. All right, so do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you're not. Smash the likes on the video if you like it. If you don't, oh well. And then do me a favor, share it out on your socials. Get people in here. Have fun. Let's have a good time. So if you want to live, it's actually kind of fun. One of my videos earlier on, someone shared out the link with some friends of theirs, and they all popped in and they had a good time in the chat and stuff. So it was kind of fun to watch that. But anyways, hot coffee. My amazing wife, thank you for making that for me just a minute ago. She came down, asked if I needed some warm coffee, and it's halfway through my other one. It kind of cooled off, but she made me some fresh, so that was very kind. Thank you, sweetie. I really appreciate it. As always, thank you. So, hey, good morning, Manny. Welcome. Here earlier this time. Yeah, everyone, if you guys are in here and you're watching the stuff like that, I really appreciate it. It really does mean the world to me. So, help me grow the channel, get subscribers in here. I got people on Facebook, and as soon as I get different, I may try to do live on TikTok too. I've not really tried touching that very much. That's a different platform altogether. But anyways, fun stuff. Good morning. Alrighty. Well, it's not good morning here. It's afternoon here. I don't know why I say that. Oh well, whatever. It is in most parts of the country because we're on East Coast time. So, anyways, so let's see here. So I kind of wanted to talk about a couple different things today. And some of them are kind of some of this different things. It's just a story that's unfolding over the past few days and really this week and last week. And I think it's going to continue to unfold towards the end of the year. Now, we have lots of predictions on pricing when it comes to cryptocurrency, which is fantastic. Lots of predictions going in both directions. But a lot of people aren't paying attention to what's happening in the undercurrent, what's taking place behind the scenes that is potentially driving some of this stuff. Also, not really looking at a few of the other market-related indicators that have to do with the overall market in general. So I kind of wanted to talk about a couple of things today. But first, I wanted to talk about somebody who is absolutely losing their mind and scared of what's about to happen. So we will pop this in here. JP Morgan says Ethereum is better to hold and better to bet on than Bitcoin as an investment rates rise due to the boom in DeFi and NFTs. They are going to try now to divert everyone away from Bitcoin. And that's fine, because as long as they're telling their customers and whoever to go look at other cryptos, that's fantastic. But they're scared because they can't get enough Bitcoin at low enough prices for it to make sense for them. They sat on their asses too long. They're sitting there going, what am I going to do now? I can't get Bitcoin. They can't. If they go get Bitcoin, they're going to run up the price. If they go get what they need to, they're going to run up the price. Same with Ethereum. Here's the thing, though. They can get more Ethereum and run the price up and be okay. If they go and get Bitcoin and run the price up, Guys, that's the amount of money that would come in there would be insane. Oh, that's a little hot. Whatever. It is what it is. Ow. I digress. So, JP Morgan slammed Bitcoin for years and years and years and years and years. Crypto investors should hold Ethereum rather than Bitcoin in an era of rising interest rates, JP Morgan analyst said. They're telling their customers interest rates are rising, crypto's your exit strategy with that statement alone. Crypto in general. That's what that statement says to me. Read between the lines. Hey, inflation's going crazy. We can't control this. Take a look at crypto. Ethereum is at the heart of decentralized finance, or DeFi, and the market for non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, two booming areas. And they go in, Bitcoin is akin to digital gold, which is likely to fare less well as interest rates and bond yields rise. They have no idea what they're talking about with that comment. I could see people looking at Bitcoin as digital gold because gold historically has been a store of value or a method to lock value and transfer it into whatever the next currency is. All throughout history, that is what happened. Really, if you haven't done it yet, you really should study monetary history. It's important for everybody to understand and to know. We're about to start introducing that to our kids in their home education. My wife and I were talking about that off and on throughout the years. And last time we had talked, it's been a little bit. Last time we talked, she mentioned it was going to be maybe not this next coming year, but maybe the school year after that. Just to start introducing that monetary history, they need to understand what happens with money. That's stuff you're not going to get in a public school or private school. So, anyways, I read between the lines there. Crypto investors should hold Ethereum rather than Bitcoin in an era of rising interest rates. Hey, that's your exit strategy. I've been saying this. Everyone's like, how do you get out of the crypto market whenever everything kind of tanks down? You don't. When it goes down, you take more dirty fiat and you buy more. You exit out of the fiat system into the crypto blockchain environment. But anyways, let's say that's my take on this conglomerate. Man, that entire family is pure evil. But when it comes to what they're doing for their customers and for this entire world and everything when it comes to banking and all that stuff, this is their take on crypto. Now, kind of shift a little bit here. SEC Chair Gensler, the stupid idiot who thinks he knows what he's talking about. How do you be an MIT professor and talk and teach about blockchain and then come into the regulatory side of things and sit there and go after the very thing that you know you're supposed to know a lot about? I genuinely am concerned for anyone who took his courses. I don't think they know it. I don't think he knew what he's talking about. So yesterday, Gensler denied that new technological labels alter the realities of securities definitions, specifically calling out decentralized finance and crypto products. Basically, what he is saying is sometimes, well, actually, you know what? I'll just read it. Sometimes people focus on labels. For example, we hear the terms decentralized finance or DeFi currency or peer-to-peer lending. It can seem easy to take to take these words at face value. Make no mistake, regardless of the label or purported mission, we will be looking at the economic realities of a given product or arrangement to determine whether it complies with security laws. Let's see, there was one other thing here. I really, really wanted you guys to see it. Is it this article? No, it's not this article. It's another article. Did I close that one? Maybe it did. I don't know. So here's the thing. Local governments, our national government, other different people, businesses. You know what? Let's pull this one up. I think it may be down here. Da, 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 da. Sorry, folks. I really wanted to put this out there. Okay, here it is. According this, I thought it was in the other article. I'll come back to this one because it talks about other stuff. According to Boring, the bigger issue is that the IRS has not issued guidance on complying with taxes for cryptocurrencies. Even as companies have asked for guidance and need more details from the IRS to comply with information reporting. Why are we asking a privately owned company what to do about regulation? Why are we asking the SEC about regulation on a decentralized and distributed environment? These companies don't realize that they have an opportunity right now to say, here is how I am going to do this. You do what you will do what I say. We are in charge. These regulatory systems, they've been set up under stupid systems in the government that have no bearing on what we do with our lives. You need to understand, we, the people, have the authority to sit here and say, as a group collective, hey, we're not going to comply with your rules with this. Because you didn't issue this, you can't legally control it. Therefore, until we put it back into your fiat system, we don't need to do anything. It's in a regulated system already. Kind of interesting, huh? This dude is talking out of his rear end. Sorry, I got kids listening upstairs. Need to be careful. Pay attention. They're trying to figure out what to do about regulation and how to do these things. We, the people, can tell them what they are going to do with it. We don't have to sit here and comply. When enough people say, I will not comply, then they can't do anything. That's the reality of it. That is the truth of it. That is the way this works, people. Another under the radar, behind the scenes flow of things. You talked about it the past couple of days. The Zillow, effectively, their shares dropped significantly. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Their shares dropped significantly because 66% of their homes that they have in their home flipping program or their home buying program, basically owned by Zillow, would buy the house from you like 10% less than the value, and then they would fix it up, and then they would sell it for like 30% over what they paid for it and get, a good 40% profit kind of thing. And 66% of the homes that they have in their portfolio are underwater. So they stopped their program, their stock prices dropped. Now, Open Doors shares soar as investors predict gains in the home buying market after Zillow's exit. Open Door is a competitor to what Zillow was doing. Open Doors does the same thing. They offer you 10% less your home value, et cetera, like I just explained. They are about to have the same problem. All of these people are about to have the same problem. This morning, literally started last night. Like I said, my wife and I, we've been trying to buy a home for a couple of years now. We've been watching the markets. We've been really kind of shocked. 2020 really messed things up with everyone relocating and stuff like that, which is great. It's just great. We don't need people stuck in cities, okay? If you're in cities, I really hope that you are able to get at least somewhat out on the edge of those cities, or even further out if you can handle it. It's not for everybody. But if you're in those cities, those are going to they're going to be really bad very soon. And those of you who are in the bigger cities, you know what I'm talking about. It's going to get really bad really soon. It has been bad recently, Think about Portland. Some of you are in here, are from there. That's pretty rough. What happened there? Okay, think about things in New York. Think about things in DC. Think about things in Atlanta and Dallas and Austin. Think about, Sacramento, etc., San Francisco. It's gotten really bad. I have friends who've been living in California. They just left. They packed their family up and left. Sold everything they had and left. And they're basically restarting their life, their family, in every way. because they can't take what's going on there. They left. There's a mass exodus happening. So these will buy your house for you, sell it for you, flip you kind of thing, like Zillow's doing, Open Door, and there's a couple other ones out there that do this. They're about to tank as a business because people will not be buying the houses at these prices. They won't be. Anyways, I was going to say, my wife and I have been looking for a house. Sorry, I have eczema. It's bugging me right now. We've been looking for a house for a while now. And just last night, this morning, all of my Zillow, all of my Realtor, all of my whatevers, I do have Open Door and stuff set up. All of those platforms, every house that's come through has been a price drop. Every single one. There's not been a new anything that's come through. It's all been price drops. Like, some of them have been pretty significant too. Guys, the economy is about to come down in massive ways. Whenever you think, and this is also tied to the tapering we talked about, or y'all have maybe seen, when the Federal Reserve says we're not going to buy these mortgage-backed securities anymore, we're going to stop buying the bonds, we're going to stop buying these things by by $15 billion a month. They're spending like $128 billion a month just propping up, buying these bonds, buying these mortgage-backed securities. That is holding the economy up. There is no GDP. The Federal Reserve is literally holding everything up, and they're printing so much money, it's causing the demise and the inflation of everything. The home values are a direct result of printing too much money. The gas prices, there's other stuff around that are causing it, but that is partially it as well. The food, there's other stuff around that too, but that's also partially behind the printing and the propping of the money, or propping the economy up. Go look into the overnight repos. You'll hear Bick Swear actually talk about that a lot, or he used to. The overnight repos, where the Federal Reserve is basically propping up, acting as a lender of last resort for the banks, because the banks don't trust each other to borrow from each other because they're all insolvent. The economy is about to tank. And where are you going to put your money? You've got money. I know most of you guys in the chat, I know you guys are all in crypto, but anyone else listen to this? You got your money in the stock market, bond market, mutual funds, gold, silver, paper, gold, silver. If you have it in physical form, good on you. You need to realize that the market's going to crash. Where are you going to put your money? JP Morgan says, hey, investors, you should hold Ethereum instead of Bitcoin, but you should still get into cryptos in general. Makes sense to me. Very, very, very interesting things happening, isn't it? It's about to get really good for anyone who's a shrewd investor who's been waiting for stuff and watching and paying attention. People look at investors who act shrewdly as, selfish, stupid, crazy people, but they're not. Those people are the selfish, stupid, crazy people who are buried in their TV, buried in their fast food, and buried in their life of, I'm just going to sit here and ignore all the stuff that's taking place and let it all happen until it affects me kind of attitude. Realize that the people who are sitting on the sidelines are the ones who are going to become the wealthy of tomorrow, and they're going to be able to run different parts of the world because they were wise and waited to the right time to do the right things. And if you're in the middle of of all this and you're trying to decide, reach out to me. We'll talk. I'll help you understand what's up, down, left, right, that kind of stuff. I have no problem doing that. Kind of wanted to flip over here and maybe shift a little bit of gears. You guys remember that infrastructure bill that good old Brandon was talking about setting up for everyone? Yeah, it had some pieces in there that included the cryptocurrency environment. Basically, the issue is The legislation defines a cryptocurrency broker very broadly, allowing the Internal Revenue Service to target crypto miners, developers, and others who could be considered brokers, even if they don't have any customers or have access to information needed to comply with tax reporting requirements. The industry worries it will discourage, the industry worries that it will discourage innovation in fast-growing sector. I love that this guy is doing this. I love that he's trying to come out here and say this stuff, but here's the thing. Whatever their bill says, it's total trash. You cannot control something you don't own. They're trying to rein in this stuff. We are the ones in charge of this country, people. We are. You, me, all of us. We are. They're not. They, according to our law of the land, according to our Declaration of Independence and our Bill of Rights, we give them the privilege to serve us in an open and public manner. They're not our lords. They are not our kings. We are not their servants. They are not our masters. We are their masters. And we, according to our law, have the authority and right to remove them if necessary. This kind of stuff that you see here, this stuff, it's not going to fly. Because the vast majority of people who have been in the crypto and blockchain space are in the crypto and blockchain space because it is freedom and it is outside of their control, and we know it. They're about to find out. They're about to find out very quickly they can't control our money anymore. They can't control our economy anymore. The economy as it is, it's going to tank. It's going to hurt. A lot of people are going to get burned very, very badly. We are going to have to go through that with them. But we are going to be the ones on the side sitting there going, all right, I'm telling you this is coming. I'm telling you to prepare. Here, let me help you. This is what we need to do. No, none of us, none of you guys who've been in the crypto space, do not say I told you so. Do not say I told you so. Have a kind heart, lend a hand, and help them. They're going to need you. The world is going to need you in ways like that. You know what to do. Help them. That's why I started my business. That's why I started doing this stuff publicly. I have been in the shadows, if you will, behind the scenes doing stuff for years. I've been in this since late 2011. Only this year, for whatever reason, it was God's timing, did I decide or feel prompted or listen to my wife and friends and family, do a YouTube show. Start making classes, sell those classes, start making money doing this. You have knowledge and understanding that people just don't get. And it's only from God. It's nothing that I've done. It's all 100% God. You need to understand that I have doing this. That's why I'm doing this. This is coming. Wake up. Here's how you do this. I'm not going to tell anyone I told you so. You guys don't either. Don't tell anyone you told you so. Just help them. They're going to need it. They're going to need it. It's going to be really bad. But it's going to be very short-lived. Okay? It's going to be short-lived. It's going to be short-lived because there's so many of us who know what to do. I think. Slight little shift here. So, in an interview, or a conversation, I guess, a debate between Michael Saylor and Greg Foss, they actually pointed out some very, very unique, fun stuff that I kind of wanted to cover here for you guys. Basically, that the Bitcoin, and how there is no second best in the cryptocurrency space. In addition to demonetizing gold, Bitcoin has the potential to disrupt the entire bond market. Greg Foss gave his expert opinion when looking at bonds versus Bitcoin for capital preservation or store of value. Saying everyone says you need to own bonds or for capital preservation. No, you actually need to own Bitcoin for capital preservation and capital appreciation. And you need to fund it by issuing debt. Now that is interesting to me. Those of you who follow Robert Kiyosaki at all, He uses debt to create income. Do you know how to do that? You don't go and take a credit card and buy whatever you want. No. You go get a loan. You go buy a property. Or you buy a stake in a masternode or a stake in a validator node. Those types of things that will effectively give you a residual income to pay the note and have left over, creating income for nothing. Do you get it? Taking debt, buying something, building a residual income with it, paying the note, and then whatever's left over is cash in your pocket that you didn't have to pay for, that you didn't have to work for. Got it? You can do that. Not financial advice, but if you haven't read his books, read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Good stuff. There's one other thing really, really unique I wanted to point out here. It was I thought very funny how they used it as an analogy. Okay. Here's when you're building a building, you're not standing or no. This is okay. He made an analogy. No, actually, I'm gonna when considering the concept of diversification and whether an inventor or investor should only invest in Bitcoin, Sailors made an analogy saying, when you build a building, you're standing out standing out on a steel beam. You don't diversify the steel beam. Steel is metallic energy. It's a higher form of metallic energy than iron, which is a higher form of metallic energy than bronze. If someone came and said, let's diversify the skyscraper with some balsa wood and some clay and some bronze, so we'll be safe, you'd be screaming at them. Oh, that's a good analogy. That's a really good analogy. And that's probably why he's a Bitcoin maximalist. I don't think that MicroStrategy, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, MicroStrategy, I don't think holds anything else but Bitcoin. They may do a few other things, but yeah, kind of an interesting way to think about this. Diversification sometimes helps, but there's also really, really, really interesting things here. Yes, the good stuff. Rich Dad Poor Dad, cash flow board game for children, and cash flow. I think also they have a cash flow 101 board game. So we have the cash flow board game, the adult version, I guess. There's also a kids version as well. So we have the adult version, and we let our son play it, and our daughter's almost where she can play it now. And it's a lot of fun. It teaches you a lot. The Rich Dad, the way that they do stuff, that all of their education, by the way, that they do, for the most part, the stuff that really gets you thinking and really gets you going in the right direction is all a game format. You learn the best by playing and doing. You don't learn by reading and imagining how something works. The best way you learn is playing it or doing it. It's that simple. So, something else I wanted to point out here. Bitcoin transfer volume at all-time highs. So, those of you who understand what monetary circulation? Monetary velocity. Basically, it's the speed in which currency changes hands for commerce, right? Or for anything, right? So using the 30-day moving average or 30-day MA, transfer volume of Bitcoin, the network reached a 3-year high, moving 318,830. Too many. I don't know. Sometimes I can't say things right. Anyways, Bitcoin at its peak in early October. Okay. And it slowed to about 275,000 per day. All right. What's unique about this, guys, is that these transactions are from $1 million plus moves that now takes up 81.56% of the transactions. Big boys are moving. They're moving, they're selling, they're trading, they're buying. That's a big deal. You know, it's also very interesting. Of the total volume, $10 million plus volume is the majority of share of totaling 61.7% of the volume of the trading. People aren't playing around anymore. There is about to be no liquidity on the exchanges and no liquidity in the over the counters. I've been talking about this. If you're gonna get it, get it. Your Bitcoin Ben say get a Caleb Brown. I would say just looking into Viva Capital. They're really, really, really good with what they have behind their scenes. I'm working with them doing some stuff. I'm telling you. You need to not be going to your Coinbase. You don't need to be going to Kraken. You don't need to be doing whatever else is out there. Actually, I'll use Bitcoin Ben's analogy from this morning. If Bitcoin so much as sneezes in any direction, Coinbase under maintenance. Get it? You need to go somewhere that is a legitimate organization like Viva Capital, like Caleb and Brown, like other people, where you can get out of the market if you want to. Or you can buy more as it drops if you want to. Okay? Because you're not going to be able to get anywhere where they can settle anything. Busy Mountain, that is a really good point. A Bitcoin ATM is best in my opinion. That is one way. I don't know what the restrictions or the daily limits are on those, but that is one way. I will tell you that you got to think about, like I keep saying, do you want it in dollars? Do you want to take your dollars and go, or do you want to keep it in Bitcoin and put more in? Because it's the exit strategy. In my opinion, it is the exit strategy. Makes sense. Okay, yeah, for smaller purchases, yeah. So if you wanted to go and buy something, yeah, that makes sense. Having some cash for that, yeah, makes sense to me. So, makes a whole lot of sense in my mind that we're going to see the prices really, really jump. Now, plan B, you guys know I talk about them. This morning, or last night, 5 hours ago, whatever, are you ready for $10,000 daily candles? Remember in 2017 where we would just jumped and jumped and jumped and jumped in a single day? It's coming, folks. It's coming. Also, something to think about, the relative strength, the RSI index. The higher the strength is, the higher, and this is how I'm probably wrong on this, but the higher the number, the higher the strength in the prices. So if you put this in comparison to like a Bitcoin chart or any chart, this is how I've always done it. I may not be right on this, but this is how I've always done it. Whenever it's up, when it's heading up or in a general direction up, then the price is most likely going to go up because the strength and interest in it is actually kind of neat, or kind of it's basically saying that it's strong. I'm not a trader. I do investing. I'm not a trader. I'm not trading, just my thing. I don't do that. And on one more thing, real quick, like clockwork, it's gonna start running. It's already there. We're almost there, people. And it's gonna sit for a little bit, and then it's gonna go again after the next halving. Do you understand? I hope you do. It's going to get very crazy soon. Been saying this, been preaching it, whatever you want to call it. It's going to get crazy. So, anyways, with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut it. I actually don't have a meeting today, so that's why I was able to just kind of keep going. So that was kind of nice. Today's show notes, I will not be having a Patreon show. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be live on Rice TV X with their Crypto Rewind, I think is what it is. I will share that in the Patreon, and I'll share that on really everywhere. We've already shared it a few times. But I will do that in place of. I will put it on Patreon, so you guys have the link there. go ahead and click when you see the link from me and whatnot. Go ahead and set a reminder so that you get it and pop in there and let's have a good time, right? So that'll be my first time doing that with them. I have no idea what to expect. Watch some of their past ones, makes sense. But yeah, so hopefully it'll be fun, and we will actually. Hopefully it will be fun. Chris is a pretty cool guy. Really like him. I've not met Sean yet, so we'll have an introduction this evening, I hope. So, anyways, you guys have a blessed day. I will, again, not doing a 4:30 show, but I will be setting up tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Catch that. Hop in the live chat and let's have some fun. So, anyways, you guys have a blessed afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon.